Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about MetaHero. I haven't covered MetaHero in a video for a while, but we talked recently about it in a membership live stream, and yeah, we have seen MetaHero go up in price now quite substantially, together with many of the other NFT or even Metaverse projects. The chart itself, I mean, what I get here is the KuCoin or the CoinEx chart. If I go for HERO USDT, here on TradingView, there isn't really another option. And it is difficult because I don't have a previous low here on the charts. So really to do an elite wave analysis is a bit difficult, but we can look at generally at the chart. And generally, I think MetaHero is a very ambitious project, very interesting, very risky as well. But it is certainly one that I did mention in previous videos, also in live streams, as having a lot of potential because the Metaverse projects, or basically Metaverse play to earn games, they are getting more and more popular. And I think in a few years we are probably, I think we are going to see a transition towards these Metaverse cryptos. And as soon as they have the first major, I mean really talking about a major partnership where a really successful or popular game developer is going to use their technology, then I think this could give it really a boost. But I think they're going to profit generally from these from the boom of the Metaverse. And I think in 2022, as I said so many times, I think this is another year of Metaverse. If some of these Metaverse cryptos will be here in a few years' time, I don't know. But I think in 2022 we are going to see another hype, and maybe we're just now seeing the beginning of that. I think, if I remember correctly, I didn't check the last live stream, but in the last membership live stream, I think we talked about that the low could be in here soon. And I did base that back then here on the FIBs. I have to basically start somewhere with those FIBs because I don't really have a long chart history. But if I start at the low, the absolute low, pretty much zero, if we draw the FIBs to the previous high, we can see as well that similar to many other cryptos, that MetaHero found support here in the area between the 88.7 FIB level and the 78.6% FIB level. So that's an important area for many of these cryptos. There is certainly a potential that MetaHero could come down once more to the 88.7 FIB level, at 3 cents. It's not confirmed that we're already here having a breakout, because in the end, what MetaHero is doing here is at the moment it's only doing a lower high. We haven't even seen where it's going to stop, so we haven't really seen a new high yet. If this is one and it has to come down here, then it is just a lower high. But what we need to acknowledge then is that it is making slightly higher lows. Yes, a lower high, but this could become something like a triangle or something. And certainly it's making, compared to these previous highs down here, it's making a higher high. But that previous swing high has not been overcome yet. And the reason for that at the moment, in my view, is on the 4-hour chart, MetaHero is overbought, okay? And we've got the 50-day moving average coming down here. So MetaHero is currently struggling to get through that. But if we bring on the chart the EMA ribbon, a 4-hour EMA ribbon, we can see that on the 4-hour EMA ribbon, that was crossed. We've seen a long signal down here. It was a good signal that this indicator gave us, and it started to move up from here. But it's now struggling with the daily, simple moving average, the 50. Okay, so I'm going to take those EMA ribbons out again. But that is certainly something very interesting. And overall, the chart is now following a similar pattern that, for example, the Sandbox is doing. Sandbox also and Gala have seen a substantial increase in the last few days and weeks. And what we can see here with MetaHero is that MetaHero is building possibly something like a first impulse. And what you need is a first impulse to get out of this. You need a 5-wave structure to get out of this. And more than some other cryptos, I think we could interpret here into it a wave 1, 2. Possibly this will be the wave 3. Then you need a wave 4 now and move up in a wave 5. If we see a first 5-wave impulse, I'll definitely keep you updated. And that could then really push us to new highs and overcome those previous highs here. What I really want to see to get some sort of a first confirmation of a real breakout, I want to see the 50-day moving average broken. 50-day simple moving average needs to be broken at 9 cents. It hasn't done that yet. We need to break above the next FIB level. That's a substantial one. That's the 10 cent. 10 cents psychological level, and the 0.618 Fib level, very important as well. We need to break that, and then those highs, I think at least we should get above 12.5 cent, that previous high. Yeah, I want to get above that, so I'll just draw a horizontal line in here. Those are the next levels that I'm watching out for. Now I do expect some sort of a retracement, basically because we were overbought, yeah, on the 4-hour chart. So you get some sort of a retracement. If this is a first impulse, I would want MetaHero. It's already reacting very nicely to the 0.382 Fib level at 7.5 cents. So I don't want to drop it, ideally not below 7.5 cents. It already found support there, which is a good sign for a first impulse. It should not drop below 7 cents. That's the 0.5 Fib level. This would be a wave 4. A wave 4 typically does not retrace more than the 0.5 Fib level. So at the moment it's all looking good, yeah, for a next impulse starting the wave 5 to the upside, and that could then take us really out of this. So what you will get is here, just once more, here wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a wave 5, and after that, what you need after that is an ABC, a 3-wave structure. Yeah, that could then be another drop. Yeah, that would be typically, because then you count this, all of this as a wave 1, you count this as a wave 2. Yeah, that's just a larger, higher wave structure, and this could then be another opportunity to get in. Yeah, anybody who missed these lows, or even this wave 4 dip could be another opportunity for everybody who wants to do it. No financial advice, but typically what you expect, if this here becomes a 5-wave structure, then typically in that first, because this would be a first new impulse to the upside after a long correction, typically that first wave down comes down quite a lot. Okay, so you can expect then again probably levels around 6-7 cents. Okay, but it would be give us some sense of security and confirmation to wait what's going to happen next, in that next leg up. Is there going to be a new higher high? If there is one, then the next dip is going to come for sure and could be another entry opportunity. But overall, a good project, and we can see here on the higher time. Well, let's take a look on the daily. On the daily as well, you pumped now above the 50 line on the RSI, so you're back in the bullish range. Also, the MACD is looking good. It already gave the MACD on the daily. Always worth having a look at it. I mention it often. The daily MACD is really a good indicator for cryptos as well. It has given a buy signal here already on the 1st or 2nd of February, and that definitely was an interesting one. And if we take a look at even the higher time frames, unfortunately I don't get anything on the 4-day chart. On the 4-day, it's still, the RSI is still in the bearish range, but I don't get a MACD, unfortunately. On the 2-day though, that is interesting. On the 2-day chart, it's moving here to the upside, and we've seen a crossover. I think I remember now in the weekly live stream, we looked at this. I think I looked at the 2-day chart and said we could get here a bullish crossover. So can't say for sure, but I think I did. I think we saw that coming. So that's interesting also here, but still in the bearish range. So it needs to push a bit higher to get a confirmation of the bullish momentum. But I think we should be, it's very interesting. That move up is certainly interesting and could point towards an end of the correction here. Yeah, that the low might be in. What we also saw here even before that is that's on the daily chart, a bullish divergence. So you saw still lower lows here on the price and higher lows on the RSI, at least from this low to this low, from this pivot to this pivot. And what is interesting to see is generally, if you look at the chart, you can actually see a very clear 5-wave structure to the downside. So you had your 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, okay, which then could complete a downtrending wave. So you now are at this decision point. Do you get a 5-wave up, or is it just a 3-wave up? And if you get 3 waves up, there will be another leg down. But I think we could have seen the low in here, and we are now starting to see higher lows, similar to what I said about Gala in the last few days. Yeah, that's my view here on MetaHero. I mean, generally in the next major leg up, I think what we can expect here is certainly a level of 43 cents at least. That's the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. Maybe more likely 53 cents, somewhere between these, but that could also go higher. But the next wave up, the at least target, the minimum target would be around 43 cents. That's the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level, because what you had here was a wave 1 coming down in wave 2. The next wave up would be a wave 3. And I mean, even if we come once more lower, I think we're fairly close to the low here. But as I said, there is another potential to drop down to 3 cents. But looking at from where we come from at 26, a drop from 8 to 3, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that much. Yes, it's still from where we are now, more than a 50% drop. But from where we were at the all-time high overall, it doesn't really add a lot to it. Yeah. It also to a degree depends on what Bitcoin is doing now. Just be aware we are currently here at resistance. Yeah. And my view would be we need to wait now what's going to happen to make the next decisions. Certainly down here there was a buy signal, you know, and it's starting to look really interesting. So volume is here as well. Yeah, that is important as well. And I think it's a good one. Yeah, that's why I mentioned it a few times in previous videos as well. But more risky from my point of view than, for example, a Sandbox or a Gala, for example. Yeah. All right, that's my view here on MetaHero. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. And if you really like the content, maybe you want to consider to join as a channel member. You can join the channel membership either on my website. You can find a link in the description, or here on YouTube. And then you can get access to Discord, Telegram, and a weekly live stream, all depending on which kind of membership level you choose. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.